Looking at the group, whereby England headlined the group, it looks an easy group on the eye, but delving deep into it, it is a tricky group altogether because one, this is an England side that has one of the best talented players in the world, in Europe and in the country as well. So for them, they've got their own problems because they could be missing some of their key players. Chris James has been ruled out, same to Ben Chilwell. The status of the likes of Kyle Walker and Calvin Phillips, their fate is not yet decided, considering that they face the time remaining for the World Cup or ahead of the World Cup is very minimal for them. So it all depends with how they are going to cope with or without the players. Then looking at the US in particular, they've got the talent is there, but talent alone doesn't add up. How are they going to cope up with the issue of inexperience? Because after missing the 2018 World Cup, I think the US have got a point to prove. But in Christian Pulisic, despite being only 24 and captain of the national team, they've got a lot in store for them. But it's all going to be decided by who is going to get what in the group. Going to Wales, I think Wales, the qualifiers is going to be decided between Wales and the US, especially for the second slot, because I predict England will take a top slot because basing on their quality, the experience in major competitions, this is an England side that is from the heartbreak of the 2020 Euros, after losing on penalties to Italy. They reached the semi-finals of the 2018 World Cup, and I think they need to make a statement by going one step further this time round. Iran are minors. To me, they are, in as much as they've got some big names, the likes of Mediterranean, the likes of Alireza, Javanbesh, both of which scored bicycle kicks against Chelsea and EPL and the Champions League respectively, they still not look the side that they ought to be. I'll give England a top slot. That is obvious because of their talent and because of their consistency for the last 7 or 8 years, because I believe Gareth Southgate has done a great job. Considering that the battle for second slot is between the US and Wales, it is going to be a tricky tie together to decide on who joins England in the last of 16, because one, it is going to be decided between England and the match between England and the US will play a key role. Remember that England has met the US twice, that is in 1950 and the 2010 World Cup that was held in South Africa. In both occasions, England never emerged with the maximum points. So it's going to be a battle of after the first two matches, because the first match where England is going to play with Iran on November 20th, that is a straightforward match. But their match, the so-called match of the Britain between England and Wales, is another match whereby if England manage to get maximum points, then their match against the US will be a bit easier for them, because they'll have taken pressure off themselves, and heading into the third match, it's going to be easy for them. This is football, obviously, but in matters of upsets, I think we shouldn't expect much, because second slot is between the US and Wales. Looking at Wales, the squad they have, they've got the quality, the experience, but remember, the side being coached by Robert Page hasn't had the best results in the qualifiers. So it all depends with how are they going to rise to the occasion, because this is a Wales side that has the quality of Gareth Bale being the captain at the helm. They've got the players like Aaron Ramsey to call up to, the likes of Rondon in the defense, and the likes of Hennes Wenes in goal. Makes Wales one of the favourites to join England in the group. But to me, I'll go for the US, because one, this is a team that is just coming up, a team that is composed of players, most of the players in their mid-20s, because Pulisic at 24, captaining the US with the 52 caps, speaks volumes of the development that is currently undergoing in the US.